Alright guys, part 2 of this 2-part dual review series. This is the Barnett Archery Phoenix Junior Bow. Now the reason I say junior bow is because look at this thing. Look at how large it is, okay? I'm 6 feet tall. I am roughly on the order of 6 feet tall, roughly 6'1". This thing, this bow, it's gotta be about 4'10" at least, you know. This thing's as tall as my grandmother, okay? This thing is as tall as my grandma's. And it's good. It's a good, solid recurve bow for beginners. The draw weight on this is, hold on. The draw weight on this bow is only 25 pounds. It's not for hunting. It's not for, you know, your intermediate or higher archer. It's for absolute novices like me who need the cheapest solution to a bow that they can find. That being said, if you are a novice, if you are brand new to the world of archery, and you also happen to be 6 feet tall and well over 250 pounds, grab yourself a Barnett Archery Phoenix bow. It's good. Now, just like in my last review for the shotgun, I can't compare it to other bows because it's the only one I've used. So while this is a review, it's not a comparative review like most reviews are. Most reviews would say, this is better or this is worse than most other products, or this is in the middle. I can't tell you that. This is the only one I've used. All I can tell you in these reviews, just like the shotgun review, I forgot to mention this in the shotgun review, but what these reviews is for is just to present you with the facts about these ones and use what you know from those videos, from me, from my experience, when comparing them to other products, and just generally take my opinion and my, you know, general statistics and, you know, my experience with them, and, you know, hopefully you can apply that and make an informed decision in whether or not you want to purchase this product, or if you hear other people talking about a different product and they say way better things about it than what I say about these, you go ahead and buy them. That's fine. I'm not trying to get you to buy a Smith & Wesson shotgun from Soft Air. I'm not trying to get you to buy a Barnett Archery Junior Bow, even though I said get one earlier. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to get you to buy these. I'm just saying I bought them. Well, this was a Christmas gift. But I'm just saying I bought them or received them, and I am happy with them. Very happy, because they do what I expected and they do what I want. So I'm going to go ahead, and I love to wear my hood when I shoot. Those of you who have ever seen the live-action drama series Arrow on the CW network, you can appreciate why. Little mini review, little just points about that. It's, in my opinion, a great show. If you know, are into more mature drama shows, and with, you know, action, romance, and somewhat more mature themes, and by mature I mean generally darker and, you know, not necessarily lay edgy, but darker and mature themes, then Arrow from the CW network is a great choice, in my opinion. I'm happy with it. Again, it's something that I chose and was happy with. So now, for me to demonstrate my complete lack of knowledge in archery, I've learned a little bit from some family friends, but generally I have my bow, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and knock my arrow, and so now my arrow's on my bow. You know, I make sure it's nice and level with the crossplane or whatever this is called. I don't use a glove on my left hand because I don't do this. I actually shoot this way. Well, what I do is I keep it on this until I'm ready to fire, then I take the finger off and tilt the bow. It's also got a, this package comes with a bow, a little bow case, not like a bow case that encircles it, but just a little piece of plastic that snaps onto the bow to hang it up. It comes with a couple arrows, 2 arrows I believe. I already lost both of them. So the other product, this bow, The other product I'm reviewing is these High 5 fiberglass arrows. The fiberglass arrows, I'm happy with them. That's my review. There you go. I'm happy with them. I bought them at Menards because they were on clearance, and I was happy with my purchase. There we go. That's my review of them. They did what I needed. They didn't get messed up from firing. The only time they got messed up is when I shot one, and I shot it so deep that the feathers went into the target, and they ended up getting a little frayed in one spot, which slightly reduced the accuracy, but not really noticeably, at least for me. So, you know, if you're shooting into a good target that's firm enough, yet soft enough at the same time, these arrows would do well. And I would also, on the spectrum, I would recommend that you go firmer rather than softer when selecting a target to fire these arrows into, because these arrows are not going to break very easily, but they will get the arrows, the feathers, slightly frayed if you fire them too deep into too soft of a target. They're made of tough fiberglass. They have a rounded metal, you know, rounded metal, just target practice tip. If I level it out, knock it in, and level it out again. So now, what I'll do is I'll take my stance, okay, disengage my safety. There's no safety. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take aim, and fire. Now I completely failed at that, because, and I'll show you why in just a second. With you guys, that was entirely my fault. I didn't have the arrow level with the resting place enough, and so it went a little haywire, got a little bit hit on the ground, but that's okay, man, because I like the abuse. Yeah, Offspring reference, lyrics, learn them. So now I'm gonna go ahead for round 2. And that was much better. I just about hit my target. The arrow ended up landing on top of the target and bouncing off into the distance. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and practice around with this a bit, and then I'm going to come back and give you some real hard stats about it and show you how it can really do when put under, you know, the pressure of a novice shooter shooting it, with practice, of course. So I'll be right back, guys. So I'm back. I went ahead, I quivered up 3 arrows. I actually just opened a new pack of the High 5 arrows I showed you earlier. And to elaborate a little more in depth of these arrows, they're made of a very tough fiberglass material. And I really mean they're tough, you know. I've put them through quite a bit of abuse. You know, through my archery, I've just got done hitting them on brick steps and things like that. What I'm balancing my target disguised as a box with, you know. But I managed to hit all 3 arrows onto the target on only my second attempt with all 3 arrows. Do I feel, you know, like a master archer? No. Do I feel like I could go become the Green Arrow now? No. Because I didn't really hit very close to the center of the box target at all, really. I actually did hit one shot kind of close, but I mean, you know, I wasn't necessarily even aiming for the center either. I was just aiming for the box target. But the fact of the matter is, I'm a novice. This is only like my 3rd or 4th time taking this bow out since I got it in Christmas, like 3 months ago. February 25th, January. Yeah, like 3 months ago. A little under 3 months ago. This is only my 4th time taking out in a little under 3 months. And, you know, I can hit a box that's, you know, 1.5 feet by a foot, maybe 2 foot by 1.5 feet. You know, 2 feet wide, 1.5 feet tall. And, you know, I can hit it with 3 arrows. Of course, I have to use the detachable sight. It's detachable and it's adjustable both up and down as well as left and right, so you can adjust it in 2 different dimensions. Up, down, left, right. Well, not in 2 dimensions, but in 2 dimensions, on 2 axes. You can adjust it on a 2-dimensional plane with 2 different axes. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a little bit on camera so you guys can all see. And so of course I'm gonna take my stance, and I found that what works best for me is to hold the bow sideways and then draw it as I'm pulling up, quickly aim, and then do my release. So I just make sure that my arrow is nice and level with the rest, with the arrow rest. That's what it's called, by the way. It's called an arrow rest. I make sure that it's nice and level with the arrow rest. You know, I can just eyeball that if the arrow is resting fully on the arrow rest, if it's not crooked to the arrow rest, if it's parallel to it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my stance, which, you know, I knock it this way. So now I reach my hand under, take it, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot for the center of the box target. Alright, not too bad. Upper left corner when I was aiming for the center. Not too bad. Not too bad, as we archers say. Not too bad. Okay. I'm sorry, that was too bad. Okay. Attempt number 2 on the center of the box target. Oh! I'm gonna have to show you guys that one. And now, and all 3 times I'm aiming to hit the arrow in the dead center of my expertly disguised box target that is totally approved for archery. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and show all of you guys what those 3 shots looked like, and we'll be right back. Here we are, guys. Now, what you see here is a cardboard box with a blanket inside it. So, basically, the first attempt, and I was aiming for the dead center of the target, which would translate to the bottom right corner of this M, between the M and the ampersand. So, the first attempt was this one up here in the corner. Pretty far off from the center of the target, but not too bad. The fact that I hit this box from something to the tune of 15-20 feet away, I'm proud of that, even though that's not an achievement at all, because it's an achievement for me because I'm such a novice. Second attempt was this one right here. I would say that's pretty good, given the fact that I was aiming for the dead center, and I hit it only about 3 or 4 inches away. Finally, the third attempt was down here on this little barcode. So, these are my 3 attempts. This is the target that I was able to... So, basically, that's the end of that.